Hello all, and welcome to my next unboxing video. This one's pretty timely. I've been sitting on this guy for about a month now, and I decided to go ahead and finally open him now that the Mortal Kombat trailer has dropped for the new movie. And that's going to be the other part of this video. We're definitely going to take a look at this Storm Collectibles Scorpion. This is the 2020 event exclusive. I picked this up from Big Bad Toy Store. Big Bad Toy Store, I should say. So excited to have this. I have the Mortal Kombat 3 Sub-Zero pre-ordered, so that'll be cool when it gets here. But the reason I say this is timely is because of that Mortal Kombat movie trailer that just dropped for the new movie. Dropped this week, and I'm sure what I say about that trailer is going to upset a lot of Mortal Kombat fans. Now, I'm just going to, like, kind of try to explain right now what I think of Mortal Kombat. Yes, it is a fighting game. All the violence, all the gore, the fatalities, everything. Great, cool. That's what that brand has basically been built on. I totally understand that. That being said, I kind of fell out of Mortal Kombat during that PS2 era. I played the games, but I didn't really care as I played the games. Because the story just became so muddled and so bad that I kind of stopped caring at a point. And I'm just going to kind of say it now. I didn't fall back into Mortal Kombat until the reboot. When they rebooted it in, like, what was it, 2011, I think? And NetherRealm really put a lot of effort and care into fixing that story. At least Mortal Kombat 1 through 4. And then MKX did a lot to really keep that going. MK11 was a great story. So yeah, I know I'm in the minority. I'm somebody who likes Mortal Kombat for its story and its lore and its characters. I get that the fighting and the fatalities and the blood and gore are what it's built upon. I totally understand that. So just know that I am a different kind of Mortal Kombat fan than the people who only want the fighting, the fatalities, and all the gory stuff. Because when I say it, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it, I thought that Mortal Kombat trailer sucked. I think that movie is going to suck. Everything I've kind of heard about it, it sounds like you're getting your fighting and your blood and your fatalities, but it's like nobody cared about that story. And I'm somebody who always has, especially once they rebooted it. And that kind of sucks. I'm just going to say it. I think it kind of sucks that it just looks like they're throwing a lot of that to the wayside. And before anybody says, well, if we haven't seen it, we don't know what it is. I mean, all you have to do is look at that. They created this original character because they wanted somebody people could relate to or to have a better chance to grasp onto. That just shows you how little faith they had in the characters of the franchise, in my opinion. And so that alone right there just makes it seem like it sucks. It's the same thing that happened to Resident Evil. They sat there and threw Alice in there, who grew into be a fan favorite type of character, but I didn't care. She's not in the games that I grew up playing. I don't care about her original character. I don't care about this Cole character that's going to be in Mortal Kombat. He's not in the games. Why is he there? And, I apologize, I'm running out of breath. But the other aspect of a lot of it is that, and this is where I think even more people are going to get upset with what I say, especially if you're one of those surface kind of Mortal Kombat fans where you want the game, the violence, the fighting, and only just that. That movie looked like ass. Like the trailer. It's like a lot of the budget must have been spent on Sub-Zero's ice effects because that looked cool. Everything else after that looked like ass. I'm sorry, but it did. Kano's laser eye looked like something filmed like on an effects app that you can download on your phone. Goro just looked like big lifeless CGI monster jumping through the air. The fire effects that you see when Liu Kang does the dragon thing and it comes down, it looked bad. Jack's arms looked floaty. And what I mean by that is if you ever watch the Marvel movies where, like, when they're in a suit of armor and the heads look a little floaty, Jax's arms looked floaty. Like, it's just one of these things where I get that you're such a fan and you only want the fighting and the gore and the fatalities. Cool. But you can't sit there and tell me that a lot of that looked good. It looked like Mortal Kombat by the Sci-Fi Channel. It just looked so low rent. And I think this movie is just, it's going to suck. It's going to flop. And if you're okay with that because you got your fatalities you wanted out of it, that's totally cool. Just know that not everybody is always just wanting only that out of Mortal Kombat. And I think I already know and understand that I'm going to be in the minority of the Mortal Kombat movie. Being in the negative camp. I already know I am. Because I think the majority of Mortal Kombat fans will say they like the story, but when you listen to them talk, all they have kind of wanted out of this movie are those fatalities and the fight scenes. Well, I don't go to watch a Mortal Kombat movie or play a Mortal Kombat game for the story. Cool. Great. I'm glad you feel that way. But guess what? I do. And so not every fan's going to agree with you. I've been asked my opinion on the movie, or the trailer for the movie. I thought it sucked. I did. I don't want to see Blandy Bland Man III as our main character that I'm not going to care about. Or this weird, like, birthmark, chosen to fight destiny thing. Like, I mean, come on. That's Mortal Kombat 2, right? Annihilation, when they had tattoos as a family crest. Same thing, just different execution. So it looked bad. From an effect standpoint, it mostly looked bad. Like I said, Sub-Zero's ice effects look cool. There were two positives I had in that whole trailer. One, Sub-Zero's ice effects look cool. And two, I thought, like, when we saw what I'm going to assume is Scorpion fighting in, like, feudal Japan, those two scenes look cool. Sub-Zero's ice effects, Scorpion fighting in Japan and throwing the spear. That was cool. Which goes to tell you right there, whoever, I'm sure the producers and the directors and WB in general probably only thought, well, we just got to make Scorpion and Sub-Zero cool and then, fuck off on the rest. And that's a damn shame, because I think that's what's going to happen with this movie. So yeah, that's my opinion. It sucked. And I think if you're going to defend the way it looked, especially, like, well, it didn't look that bad. Like, yeah, it did. You can't tell me it didn't look bad. It just, so much of the effects looked floaty, very lifeless. And if you're going to say, well, it's just the first trailer, that movie comes out in like a month. It's a completely lower scale completely, but it's a lot like when The Last Jedi trailer dropped and everybody kind of saw it and was like, or not everybody, but most people saw that and was like, oh man, this is going to suck too. Well, I mean, it's just the trailer. That movie was already fixing to come out. Same thing with this. This trailer dropped and that movie's fixing to come out. I don't think there's much you can salvage since it's so close to being out. And that goes into my next part. A lot of people are forgetting that WB, Warner Brothers, had moved that film to a January release because they had no faith in it. A lot of studios, when they move films to a January release, it's the dead month. Films in January just historically do not do well at the box office. They moved Mortal Kombat to January because they had no faith that it was going to do well. And they know it. And I think we all, most people who are film fans kind of can see that trailer and be like, yeah, I don't have any faith either. And I'm in that camp. It looks like they just went for Mortal Kombat on the surface and kind of just looked at, what does the generic Mortal Kombat fanboy want? Well, they want fighting, they want violence, and they want fatalities. Okay, let's do that. Without really giving any care to the story that NetherRealm worked really hard to fix. And that, like I said, that's a shame because I enjoy that story. I love the lore. I love the characters. And to see so much of it look like it's just going to get thrown to the wayside for the sake of this movie. It just kind of, to me, it just reeks of what happened with Resident Evil when they made those movies. Those movies suck. If you're a fan of them, I'm sorry, they suck. Out of all those movies, you had one good thing, and that was that Nemesis looked cool. And he was like little Nemesis. He was nowhere near as big as he should have been. So it was, even then, it was like genuinely half-assed. And I think that's what this movie is. I think they just thought, well, let's make Scorpion and Sub-Zero look cool. Let's have the fatalities, and that'll make the fans happy. And I'm sure for a majority of Mortal Kombat fans, that is going to make you happy. And that's fair. But as somebody like me who's played Mortal Kombat for so long, I genuinely wish they would have just invested more into what the story and the lore and stuff is. And I'm sure there'll be little Easter eggs that people are going to be like, see, they reference that. Like, I don't want just a reference. I want to see that play out. I'd rather have a movie about the history of Sub-Zero and Scorpion's clans fighting. That stuff would look cool. But what we're getting just looks like the most watered down, basic ass, let them fight fatalities Mortal Kombat. And I get it. I come to Mortal Kombat, I don't need the story, I just want the fatalities. If people say that, that's cool. I totally understand it. I'm not that guy. So, for the Mortal Kombat fans who want this movie, cool. And I guess if you're okay with just how bad the effects and everything kind of looked, save for Sub-Zero's ice effect, that was good. Then enjoy that. Enjoy your Sci-Fi Channel level effects. Cool. I'm not going to really bother with it, to be honest with you. I feel the same way about the Godzilla Kong movie. I'm a huge Godzilla fan. I don't care about Godzilla and Kong. It shouldn't even be an argument. Godzilla should be able to blast them into oblivion and call it good. That's it. Simple as that. So yeah, I think they're throwing away the story for the sake of just hitting that surface level that the majority of kind of blinded fans, I shouldn't say blinded fans, but kind of that surface level fans really want, without really giving any care to the story that took a while to fix and call good. So that's my soapbox on the Mortal Kombat movie trailer. I thought it looked bad, save for Sub-Zero's ice and Scorpion fighting in the forest. Beyond those two small positives, everything just kind of looked bad. It looked like most of the effects were really bad. It looks like the acting is going to be very so-so. And it looks like a lot of the story just got butchered and cut up. So we can throw Bland Man the Third, Cole, and hope people relate to this guy. It's just people who want to sit there and say the video game curse is going to be broken. The video game movie curse is going to be broken. No, it's not. And I'm going to call it now. If this does get good reviews, I think it's going to be like Last Jedi good reviews. And for Star Wars fans, you know what I'm talking about with Last Jedi reviews. So enough of the soapbox. Let's get into what we are really here for. This is the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat Scorpion. And I picked this up. It was discounted on Big Bad Toy Store. I'm really getting into Storm Collectibles. The very first Storm Collectible I had was the Jushin Thunder Liger. And yes, I will be pre-ordering the new one that just got announced of his debut gear, his early gear. I'll be getting that. And I have a couple of Street Fighter characters from Storm Collectibles I'm going to open. I got this one. I've got the Sub-Zero, the younger brother Sub-Zero without the mask. I got that one pre-ordered. So yeah, there is the Mortal Kombat 3 Scorpion, and I've thought about also getting that one, but I went with this one first just because he came with the Flaming Skull head, the Toasty head. I'm just going to call it. But yeah, 2020 summer event exclusive. This was an event exclusive, obviously. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what event. I'm sure it says on the Big Bag Toy Store listing, but I don't remember what event that was supposed to be. But there's the front of the box. There he is on the side. We got the back. As you can see, it comes with the skull, all these different flame effects. So yeah. And then he's got an actual, it's like an actual chain with the spear. The Mortal Kombat 3 one just comes with like a static rope effect. And it's kind of bendy, I think, but it's just one solid piece. This is an actual chain that he can hold. Makes it kind of harder if you're doing a throwing motion with the spear, because it's not going to stick straight out. But he can hold it and look like a badass too. So, yeah, let's just kind of go into this. I know some people, and when I say some people, look, I understand maybe 10, 15 people are going to watch this video. Cool. So if any of them want to be mad about it's not like I'm angering the world here. I'm not trying to be some big anger the whole world YouTube person here. But to the 10 or 15 people that are going to watch this video, if my rant on the movie trailer turned you off, cool. Cool. I'm glad I could make you mad. So, yeah, let's crack this guy open. Do we want to go from the top or the bottom? Let's go from the bottom here. All right. I've noticed with Storm Collectibles, the size difference on a lot of these guys is very interesting. Like the Street Fighter guys, whoa, something just flew right out of there. I don't know what that was. The size difference on Storm Collectibles is pretty interesting. This Scorpion looks like he's going to be about the same size as the Jushin Thunder Liger Storm Collectibles. But he's significantly smaller, I think, than the Street Fighter ones. The Street Fighter ones are massive. Especially for characters like Sagat. He is gigantic. I just dropped the little booklet. Hold up. I apologize. There it is. Okay, so, got him out of the box. You got a little instructions. It literally just tells you, pop off head. That's pretty much it here. And how to, apply the effects. So, I mean, you buy any kind of figure, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Got the Mortal Kombat logo in the background. This is definitely a more updated logo, kind of like what you saw with the Mortal Kombat reboot, or the more recent games. So we have that. And let's see if we can get him out. There we go. All right. So look like it comes out like he's in a tomb or something. All right. We're going to take a look at his accessories first before we actually get into the Scorpion here. So first thing, he's got different flames for his legs and his fists. These kind of just clip on. I'll try to give y'all an example of that here in a minute. But cool flame effects, cool fire effects. I like them. He's got a bigger one. This one kind of stands up, so you can pose it around him and stuff. I like that it's kind of like just a bit of a statuesque piece. Here we go. This is a big one. You can use this one, I believe, for his fists or his feet, to kind of give him that big, backflip kick he does, or any kind of kick. It's just a big, sweeping flame motion. And then we have another static piece, so you can kind of get these around him. Like if he was going to stand in between them and do some cool poses with the fire and stuff. That's pretty cool. These are really loose in here, so I'm trying to carefully kind of take them out. He's got, counting the ones that he already has, he has 4 sets of hands. So here is the first, he comes with the fisted hands, the closed fisted hands already. Here's the first kind of alt hands. They're just kind of like open, sort of grabbing motion hands. These ones I would imagine are probably your best bet for the spear. Like if you wanted a throwing motion with the spear, you'd probably do the get over here and have it coming out. So those are pretty good. We then have some kind of closed open hands. Like if he's holding something, the spear kind of hanging out of his hand is probably what you're going to do with these. And then he's got kind of like the palm hands, kind of like a palm strike hand type of thing going. So there you go with those. They look good, very detailed. We have the flaming skull head. Pretty cool. Very Ghost Rider-esque. Yes, the jaw opens and closes. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe the flame, yeah, see the flames in the eyes do come out. And they just pop right back in. So that's a pretty cool effect. Yeah, cool. Very Ghost Rider-esque skull. So, yeah. I'm probably not going to use it too much. I will if I get the Mortal Kombat 3 Scorpion. I'll switch this head out on this one and then have Mortal Kombat 3 Scorpion kind of as my regular Scorpion. If I get it. I'm still kind of undecided on that. And then last thing we have is his spear in chain form. Like I said, the Mortal Kombat 3 Storm Collectible Scorpion comes with the like the rope effect that's kind of bendy in one solid piece. This one is actually like a little chain with the spear on the end. So I like that. It's pretty cool. It's very vibrant, very chromy. And then you got the, like this is like actually I think a metal, and then this is plastic on the end with the spear itself. So really nice looking there. And we have Scorpion himself. All right. So like I said, this is only the second Storm Collectibles I've opened. I have more to open, but this is kind of my first one after the second one after the Jushin Thunder Liger, which I never did a video of. That was before I was making videos. But that Jushin Thunder Liger is one of the best wrestling figures I think ever. Stands really well. He's got the boots that look like the feet. He's got the real good texturing on his outfit. You can see the kind of the patterns. The belt looks good. It's all a soft rubber, so it's kind of got that movement going for it. And there's a lot of posabilities with these guys. If you've ever seen a Storm Collectibles or just even looked at like their product pages, they have tons of movement, tons of articulation. I mean, yeah, their arms go way up. You get that full range of motion, everything about them. And they balance really well too. So, okay, well, as I say that, and he doesn't want to balance, that's pretty funny. There we go. Yeah, they have really good balance. You gotta work them a little bit into that balance, but they'll usually stand pretty well in whatever pose you're gonna give them. So that's Scorpion. There you get on the back, same thing, just the same kind of detailing going around. Armbands. He's got the guards here. He's got his kick pads, knee pads, everything. If you're wanting to know what Scorpion this is, the best way I can describe it is that it's like an updated version of Mortal Kombat 2. This is kind of like what his Mortal Kombat 2 costume looks like in the newer games. When they release alternate costumes, they always kind of release the classic costumes. And so if I had to take a guess, I would say this is like, I think MKX's version of the MKX version of MK2. So it's meant to kind of represent Mortal Kombat 2, but in the more modern style. And I like that. I like the older looks of a lot of the ninjas that we get in Mortal Kombat as opposed to the newer looks. Some of the new looks look really good. I wish Storm Collectibles would make an MKX Sub-Zero with the beard. That would be awesome. I love that look. But most of the time, I always like the classic looks more. It's got more of the yellow, more pop to them. So yeah, this is our Storm Collectible Scorpion. Let's see if we can kind of get some of these effects going. So his hand would just kind of slide right in here. And there you go. That's kind of how the effects work if you want to kind of bring him around. I'm not going to try to do like a crazy pose right now with it. I also believe this will connect to his... Oh, there goes the hand. Okay, got it. And that kind of goes to show you how easy it is to kind of pop these on and off. They go on really easily. Storm Collectibles is really good about like making the interchangeability really easy. But it also goes on his foot, I believe. You can kind of slide that foot in there. Not as well, but it will go in if you kind of just slide it in. And then we have, let me see, let's switch the hands out here. Let's go with, let's go with this one. And then we'll go on the other side with this one. Okay. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to try to get him into a pretty cool pose with the chain. Do that. Wrap the chain around. See if we can get that to wrap around again. And there you go. You kind of get like the cool posing with the chain thing. I like it. I like the more metal chain because you can do these kinds of poses. Although the throwing one is cool too. But I like this one. That's why I wanted this one first. That and because you get the interchangeable head and all the fire effects too. But yeah, that is the Storm Collectibles modern, I'm just going to call it the modern MK2 look. So yeah, that's what we got for this. I'm sure, like I said, it's not like a lot of people are watching my unboxings, so if my rant on the Mortal Kombat trailer is upsetting or anything, cool. But here's the figure. So I like him. He looks good. I'm glad we got all the fire effects. So you can kind of get some cool poses out of it. Yeah, I mean, it's really nice. I will give you this just before I kind of sign off here. For comparison, that's the Sagat from Street Fighter. Way bigger. The MK line is a little bit more scaled into a standard 6-inch line, and those Street Fighter ones are like a 7 or an 8-inch. They're way bigger. But that's what we get. Fire effects, a lot of interchangeable hands, the interchangeable head. Yeah, I really like it. I'm glad I have it. I can't wait to get my Sub-Zero from MK3. And I'll unbox that one too. So thanks for watching. If you stuck past my my soapbox speech on the Mortal Kombat trailer, if you stuck past it and you actually watched the video, thank you. Like I said, it's just my opinion, and if that's upsetting, cool. If not, cool. I'll agree to disagree with anybody. Thanks, and that's going to be it for this one. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. I think next video we're going to be looking at some either the other Storm Collectibles or some He-Man stuff, maybe even the little bit of the Bubbly Jericho AEW toys. And I'll catch you guys then.